Hello, Narnach here. Welcome back to Path of Exile. We are playing in the Incursion League as a solo self-found hardcore trapper. A Vaal Arc trapper to be specific. We find ourselves in the lovely marketplace. Let's see, Vaal Arc up, Herald of Thunder up, and some passive points. That gets us to devastating devices, increased crit chance with traps, and trap trigger area. List damage nearly 600 for Arc, and my crit chance 12%. Bear trap 22. That's decent. Very decent now. For this early. I mean, it's not 12%, it's 1 in 8 chance to actually trigger it. Ooh, hello there, Alpha.
Just in time.
And there we go. Sacrifice.
Ready to revisit the past? The more you kill, the more you change my map. And the closer we get to finding the temple in the
So connected to either of the bottom ones.
Here's the plan.
First, let's plan on just killing the things that are annoying me here. Like that. Much better. So at the end of the last episode I did some crafting, then I had a look at the vendors and I saw that they have new types of shields available with 9% movement speed, so I got one of those and turned it into a rare. A bit of cold resistance is pretty happy. So resists are looking better and better, 74, 70 and 58. And 0 for chaos of course. And then I had another look and discovered that of course I can buy new flasks. So we have giant life flasks and I decided to magicify all of them as well. So this one is instant recovery and we get some shock removal. Not really all that important. The nice thing here is that it is instant recovery. Insta heal, you always want one of those for those really panicky situations. Now I finally have one. Burning removal. Burning is annoying, especially if you still have energy shield, since burning just chews through your energy shield. This way you can clear it. Bleed removal, looking a little bit ahead towards the Dominus fight at the end of Act 3. You will want bleed removal. I got it on a mana flask, less than ideal. But on the other hand, this build is mana hungry, so it's going to be active for quite a while, so it might actually turn out to be slightly beneficial. The Stip Knife Flask we grabbed last time. Evasion rating with increased duration is okay enough. Ideally I get increased duration with curse immunity and removal, because that's what Stip Knights are really good for. But for now I burned through a bunch of Orbs of Alteration to get this, and it's okay-ish. And Quicksilver with freeze removal, that's my go-to for the final slot.
History repeats itself.
So the temple, what was it again? Sacrifice.
Ready to revisit the past?
Upgrade it,
The more you kill, the more
or
you change my map.
turn it into a
And the
vault.
closer we get to finding the temple in the present day. Let's have a look at the layout.
We need to connect it to either of the bottom ones. And then also to, actually directly to the apex would be helpful. I got 4 remaining, including this one of course. Question is if I connect it to the apex first, then either of these 3 will allow me to upgrade it. Since the cloister is not something yet, there's a good chance it's gonna come up. So yeah, I'm gonna take a risk and try to unlock the apex if possible.
Let's go.
Okay, so let's go the other way then. First, just to get some extra time. Okay, stone dropped, but where? There, yep. Unlocking, okay, that's the apex, and then you. And I couldn't kill it, okay.
The temple looms closer with each new step.
But at least we now have a better chance at getting access to the apex. I'm happy with that. I'm happy with that. There are just so many possible things to think about and to consider. That it's probably going to be another bunch of runs before I get a little bit more comfy with it. And of course now getting a feel for which rooms get selected for upgrading. Oh, will all the undecorated ones get selected? Is it totally random? Is there maybe some sort of pattern to it? You can only go based off observation data. Oh, look at that, a battlefront. Okay. So it looks like putting clarity back in instead of the Herald of Thunder. It seems helpful. My mana management seems better. Enemies don't live long enough for Siphoning Trap to really have a big impact. Unless, no, you just throw it to the side and ignore a pack. Ooh, an alpha.
Just in time.
There we go.
Ah, there you are.
Sacrifice
Ready
chamber.
to revisit the past?
That's good.
The more you kill,
So we could upgrade it again
change my map.
and then unlock one of the
closer
bottom
we
ones.
get to finding the temple in the present day. Let's have a look at the layout.
Yeah. Okay.
Let's go.
Okay. You seem annoying. Dangerous. Annoying. Nope. Cross out all that does not apply. Or that does. Okay, would be lovely to get a stone. Nice, you talk about it, you get it. Instant gratification, that is called. And we now have access to the apex. Wouldn't mind getting a second stone, but I don't think I got the time for that. There we go.
Good job. Iwana's rival is dead, and now
Yes.
he's funneling resources to even
Nice.
bloodier sacrifices in honor of his false gods and his sin.
So unconnected explosives and
The temple
splinter.
grows closer with each new step. Find me again, and we'll continue our task.
So it would be lovely to get the hole again so we can upgrade it. That potentially allows me to connect to the explosives room. I don't think I've got any of the bits that you need to sacrifice together with uniques. So Hall of Offerings, I don't think it's actually going to be all that helpful. But no, it did allow me to upgrade it. So I guess there was some advantage there. But it could be that I'm seeing patterns that don't exist. Because human nature. Hey, giant mana, is that better? Higher level. No, actually that's worse. Okay. Okay. We were doing something. Yes, we were on our way to Solaris Temple. Let's continue doing that. No, we were not, actually. I'm totally confusing myself. It's not time for Solaris yet. Got a waypoint to unlock and then we got the docks to do. And then it is time for Solaris Temple. Silly me. Speaking of waypoints, up there. Boop, you are gone. One ribbon spool. It is time to completely stuff my inventory with all kinds of items I don't really need. But the Gemling Queen wants them, so that's gonna be all the reason to bring them. Okay. So for the docks we have the stuff we need to pick up. We have a waypoint to grab. And that's it. Okay, unlock you. Threw some traps, but getting some other people as add-ons kind of threw that off for a little bit. Oh yeah, of course, we got Alpha to say hello to. Just, yep. Nice thing about Arc, of course, it arcs quite far away.
Ah, there you are.
Corruption chamber. So that's a connection to the Splinter Lab.
The more you kill, the more you change my map. And the closer we get to finding the temple in the present day.
Okay.
Have a look at where you're going.
So there's no point in keeping this since all it does is reduce my resists. And there's only 2 incursions remaining. I'm not sure if we're gonna get it a second time. So I'm gonna kill the bottom one, which also happens to be close next to the Splinter Research Lab. So that's a nice 1-2 wombo combo. So kill the bottom one.
Time.
It's time. Okay, I like this, so that gets me some access. Trap, trap, trap. You know what? We'll just tag that one and then we focus on dealing with you. Ow. You're dead. Okay, good. You're gone. Killed boss.
Good job, Exile.
It's getting more hectic.
The architect of the vault has taken that room? This is excellent news.
Money. I like money.
The temple looms closer.
And we
with
get breach
each new
splinters,
step.
which is also
Find
good.
me again, and we'll continue our task.
So go there, then we go back, then we go there, then we go back, then we go here, and then we can follow it all the way up to the apex. And the explosives room is the only one unconnected, which is ironic because the explosive could have unlocked it. Well, maybe the last incursion fixes that. Ba-dum-ba-dum-bum. Yeah. So waypoint on the other side of the water. Then the question is, what way leads there? Okay, probably the other way. Level 29 area, I'm level 31, so I'm catching up to the level curve, which is good. Colossal life, that's even better and larger than what I have. Bear trap gained a level 1274 points of damage now. I approve. Further increase my crit chance. 13%. And hello Fairgraves. Goodbye Fairgraves. So at least we got 2 out of our 3 goals for the area. So all we need is the thing for Lady Diala, which is the main reason we went here in the first place. Just trying to throw a trap into just about every pack. And then if some are alive and you have multiple packs, then the arc overlaps should finish off some stragglers. Otherwise, you just gotta throw more traps. Oh. Yellow, that's gonna be a little sturdier. Hey, Festival Mask. Oh, that's only 3 sockets. It is a new tier of a helmet. Chainmail, that is Templar stuff. I don't do Templar stuff. I mean, I have absolutely 0 armor synergy. And especially once I go for acrobatics, then my armor will be penalized anyway. So there really is no point. Same goes for, technically, for the shadow armor. With the energy shield on it, energy shield is gonna be penalized. So not investing too heavily into pure energy shields, armor is gonna be helpful. But since most of my damage links require both blue and green, it's just efficient to go with those colors. And maybe very later on, once I am just drowning in chromes, I could go for something else. Yep, we got some space. And a supply container, and I need more space. Wonderful. Let's empty some pockets, pick up the things.
At your service.
Okay, anything... Currently keeping my eyes open for boots with better movement speed. 15% movement speed, well that's the same as what I have. This one actually has sockets. Bit more fire res, but that's the one res I don't really need. No movement speed. Oh, yeah. Flasks. Burning removal. Life from mana. Would be a lot. 10% break covered, so that would be 1400 of 140 mana. That's about a third. I don't think I like that mod very much. It's a next tier flask, so we'll keep that one. And then just re-roll it into maybe something better, maybe not. Let's see, one essence, ring of maybe craft something with it. And then a flask that we can just chuck away. And then back to the docks. Got myself a sulfite, and that was all I wanted here. So we return to the battlefront. And I think I already carved myself away towards Solaris Temple. Just got to backtrack it. Okay, some blues. Solaris Temple, 2 levels,
Not a speck of
2
dust or
waypoints.
brick out of place. Someone's got too much time on their hands.
Ooh, a chrome. Also gonna be 2 encounters with Alva Valai. The next of which will be a temple. But they're also already 17 minutes into an episode. Actually, I have a decent temple. I think this is going to be one of those episodes that's going to be slightly longer than intended. It's quite a lot of those episodes this league. But we'll see. We shall see how things turn out. I mean, it could be that I totally don't see Alpha. This one, then it's going to be the next. Of course, every area has an alpha, so sooner or later you're gonna run into her. Infernal Seal, your other buddy should also be near here. There we go. Yeah. Shrine, please. Yes, thank you. And there is Alpha.
Just in time.
Okay, no enemies incoming.
Ah, there you are.
Vault once again.
Fast.
Cool.
The more you kill, the more you change my map. And the closer we get to finding the temple in the present day.
So top is Cultivar Chamber.
Where you're going.
Just quality of life. And kill the top one to increase the level of the vault. Sure, we do that.
Go.
Okay. Decent chunk of time here. You are the boss man. And then we just backtrack and attack it. Yep, okay. I've had ones with better kill streaks, but that's not the point here.
Since you've killed his rival,
Nice.
we can
Tier
probably
2.
bank on Ascendancy stashing even more delectable wealth in that room.
So now we can go in, head left, splinter research, then the backtracking is a little
Make
easier.
sure you've got enough supplies. Let me know when you're ready and we can go.
And this is
I'll open
just
another
very
portal to
nice.
get us there.
Okay, cool. So going in with the items there, not helpful. You know what, I'm actually gonna ignore this one for now. First have a chat with the Gemling Queen. And then we'll have another chat with Alpha. Because it's really not efficient to start off with about half my inventory filled up with garbage. And I don't even have a hideout to stash things in. Because masters are elusive. I think I'm running in circles. Was following the red carpets, but that was not the way. Maybe this is the way. Red carpets keeps going. Swimming pool, I mean a bath. And charging tapestry. One goddess. Gone you are. It feels really one-sided at times, the fighting. Okay. Then what we do here is we plop down a portal and then we just keep running. And it is actually pretty close, so we tag the waypoint. And then hello there.
What is that you have?
What is that you have? Let's go for Dex. Strength is something I get from my belt. I don't really have a dedicated Dex item, so might as well grab that one. Infernal Talk, yeah, so we gotta deal with that. Global crit chance, crit multiplier, some cold res. There's worse things. 10% movement speed was very nice early on. Now we already have 28%. No shield plus mediocre boots. Oh, I was gonna say, in the back of my mind, it was still like, wait, we need that cold res, but turns out we don't really need the cold res. Crit stuff is nice though. So how does this impact? 13.6 and even more multiplier. Does it? Oh yeah, it's negligible. You know what, we'll stick with quality of life. Yeah, we can sell that one, and no, we'll just sell that one as well. Okay, now we use the talk, and then at least we'll be rid of that one. And there's an alpha here as well. Alpha's everywhere. There's just no escaping. Might as well tag the next waypoint. And I think because it's now so very convenient near the end of an episode that I have a temple to do, I'll just make a dedicated episode out of it.
Like a fox in a hen house.
But what I can do is, of course, because I'm here, take out the general. Hey, I'm the only one that casts Arc here, you Archmage. Like that. Boop. Ooh, level up, that is helpful. Increase damage and traps can't be damaged, that is very helpful.
You are not the only one who wields death as a weapon, boy.
Okay, you are gone.
Who do you fight for, Exile?
I'd rather fight for myself, thank you very much.
Had I killed you back in Ariath, I'd have been showered in gold.
Bubbling.
Where's the justice, eh?
Bubbling is nice, but armor is not helpful in a build that does not use armor. But the good thing is, you kill this dude, Maramoa is gonna be happy and you get access to new skills. I like skills. Though there's nothing in particular I'm looking for right now. I think this might have the ultimate traps that now get unlocked. Bolt lightning has been overhauled a little bit, I think, as well. Ice trap, which is just a lower tier actually. Flamethrower trap, yeah, that's one of those ultimate ones. Only has a, oh, that does have 3 uses, but 8-second cooldown, whereas this does not have a cooldown. Base duration 3.5 seconds. Modifies the cast speed applied to the rotation speed of the flames, has 4 flames. More damage against burning enemies. Then we also have Lightning Spire. This build being all about lightning. I think that's going to be potentially interesting to play around with. Increased critical strike chance against shock enemies. Funny. So it once you have shocked something, Lightning Spire will help you sustain that. That's pretty neat. Seismic Trap. That's also one of the new ones. It's physical, like Bad Trap. And it releases a number of waves. So probably just gonna take them all and just play around with them for a little bit. You know what? Let's have a little bit of a test out the new traps session here. So let's start with Seismic Trap and do some purchasing. So we have a Seismic Trap, we have a Lightning Spire, we have a Flamethrower. And then for good measure, might as well take the Ice Trap. Even though it is one of the old ones. Okay.
Be careful.
Oh, it's not my stash, this is my stash. Stash all the things. So we got some green stuff, we got some blue stuff. Do I have some space? Just looking for something that, oh, blind support. We'll just put that one on switch so we can try out all the green ones at least. And for blue, I could take a siphoning trap for a little bit. That's okay. Cool. So first up, Flamethrower. Then we'll put that one up here. And might as well reuse the Ebony Barracks area. Hey, vegan. That's fun.
Let me bend your ear for a moment.
Let's demo it against a vegan. What's the worst thing that could happen? Okay, 1 trap. Okay, 2 traps. And then let's drop another one. Okay. And then we'll just finish him off with some of the lightning traps. And he levels up. Cool. So keep in mind these are really low level, level 2. Requires 31. Well, that's actually my level. So these are on level, but they're not supported. So base damage, not great. More damage against burning enemies. So probably synergizes well in a burning build. Let's go to Seismic Trap. Physical, again, not something I'm maybe synergizing with in the best of ways. That's a decent chunk of explosions. It's also a very large area that gets covered. And I think it manages to cover most of an area with the different explosions. So against relatively static foes or large groups of foes, works out rather well. Okay. So let's see if we stack multiple of these traps. Just throw all 3 charges into a single group of enemies. Yeah, like this. So 1, 2, 3. This is pretty decent. It's good for area clear, it looks like. Let's see, Ice Trap. It looks like it's supported by cluster trap already. Got runic explosives. And out of the box damage seems pretty alright. And lastly, we have the lightning spire. So, oh, we can also take the flame dash out. Like that. Are there still enemies here? Yeah. Also pretty shiny. It's also more of a area coverage thing rather than a single target skill. Looks pretty neat. Okay, well, I think that's I was gonna say a good point to call it, but then someone attacks me. Fagan, level 2. I just need to see him once more, I think, to get him to level 3. At this point, just any master would be good, just so I get access to some crafting. Yeah. So the lightning spire, once things are shocked, Arc has increased chance to shock, so there is potential for some synergy there. Then it does more damage, so it cranks it up a notch. But I think for now, no, the traps we've got, they're good enough. So that's gonna be it. So for now, I'm gonna thank you very much for watching, and I hope to see you again in the next episodes. Bye bye.